Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on your location. My name is Rita Ajibade. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Rita Ajibade TV. If you live in Spain and you want to apply for your citizenship, your nationality, this video is for you. And if you live in Spain, you want to put EU on your document, this video is for you. So, for those that want to apply for nationality this year 2025, if you are applying for your citizenship, please pay attention. Before, most of us, if we are applying for our citizenship or nationality, according to Spain law, you have to, as in, you need two surname. It's obligation for you to have two surname. That two surname mean your father's name, your mother's surname, your father's surname and your mother's surname. So before, some people, maybe their father name is Mango. I don't want to use anybody's name so that nobody will pick offense. If your father name is Mango and you are bearing that Mango as your name in your document. So if you want to do your nationality birth certificate, so what they require for you, that birth certificate must carry your mother's surname, not your mother husband name. For example, now people have been applying before. If their father is Mango, instead of them to put another name, they will write Mango as first surname. They will write Mango as second surname. It's no longer allowed. So now the new law is, if you want to do your birth certificate to apply for your nationality, if your father's surname is Mango, then your father's surname is Orange. So father's name, if you want to do your birth certificate, father's name, you put Mango Orange as your father's name. I'm just using it as an example. Then your mother's name, if your mother is bearing which name will I use now? If your mother name is A or B, so your mother cannot write. You cannot write you cannot write it in your mother. That is where they need your mother name. You cannot write it. Your mother is A Mango or A Orange. No, you have to put your mother's son name. People will like, why she not use name? I don't want to mention anybody's name because I don't want anybody to take it personal. So if your mother's son name was Chengari before she marry your father, so she have to put A or B Chengari for the birth certificate. So in that birth certificate where your mother name will appear, she is not allowed to bear your father name, because what they want there is her own son name. At least before she married, she have son name. Do you understand? So that son name she was bearing when she was single, her father name, that is what she will put there. Then, so if you are doing your birth certificate now, you should go your father's name and your father's son name. You put it like that. Mother's name, put your mother's name. Put your mother is her son name when she was single, her father's name. So I believe you understand it. So you do your birth certificate like that. Then after you do it, you add it to all the rest documents they need for you to apply for your nationality. Then you present it. So by the time the nationality is out, you take cita for juramento. So when the day of your juramento, when you go to the appointment of juramento, for those that don't know the meaning of cita is appointment. So when you the day of the appointment, when you go there, then first thing they want to ask you, you have appointment today, you say yes. For what? You say for juramento. They will first of all tell you, we want to see your birth certificate. So then you give them your birth certificate. So if you give them your birth certificate, my dear, if your mother is bearing your father's surname, that birth certificate, they will cancel your appointment. They will tell you to go and redo another birth certificate where your mother's surname appears. So if you cannot bring the birth certificate of where your mother's surname appears, then you have to go and bring your mother marriage certificate. Why are they asking for it? Because they want to see your mother's surname, because your mother's surname is now your second surname according to the law. So before, people will just repeat one surname. Okay, mango, mango 2 times, chengari, chengari 2 times, sherry, sherry 2 times, fanta, fanta 2 times. Is no longer allowed. Don't make that mistake. Things have changed. Things are changing every day. So please, when you are doing your birth certificate, make sure your mother name and your mother's surname and her father's name, at least she has surname before she marry your father. I'm coming, okay? My baby want to start crying. So you put it like that. So as I was saying, you have to put your mother's surname and her name for your birth certificate. So the day you have appointment, when they check it, your father's surname is different from your mother's surname. So then we know that, okay, this is your mother's surname, because it's your mother's surname that is going to be for your second apellido. So please don't listen to those who have already collected their own for a long time, that repeat their father name 2 times. Me, I have a lot of people who have collected their citizenship. They repeat their father name 2 times. Primero apellido, segundo apellido is the same. But now it's no longer allowed, because they said you have to, your mother's surname have to appear in that birth certificate. So in case if you have already made that mistake already, if you have applied on your nationality before, using your father's surname for your mother as well, if your father and your mother is bearing the same surname in your birth certificate, if you have done it before, my brother, my sister, go and do another birth certificate before your nationality will come. That is before they will grant it for you. Go and do another birth certificate, so that the day you are going to do Hurameto, you take it, the new one along, and said, okay, when I apply like this, because in my country women bear their their husband name as their son. I'm coming. Take. So women bear their father's their husband name and their as son name. So now this is what the law demand for you. So you have the two in your hands, because it will be somehow on that very day that you go to the appointment. When you arrive there, they will not tell you, sorry, you can't do your Hurameto, you have to go and do birth certificate, or rather, you have to go and bring your mother marriage certificate. Because why are they demanding? They want to see it. Of course, you cannot find your parents' marriage certificates. How many of our parents back home do their marriage in court? You cannot see it to bring. You understand? So the land we are living, they don't know the meaning of bride price. That is our own culture. That is our own way we do our marriage. So your parents don't have the proof. You will not see the marriage certificate to provide for them. So please don't make this mistake. Don't make the mistake. So if it happened that you have already made that mistake, when you get the disappointment is on that day, you cannot do your Hurameto. And don't forget, once your nationality is out, you have 6 months to do Hurameto. Sometimes the appointment that we give you, that 6 months have already passed. But because you have already taken the appointment, you can still do your Hurameto. Imagine if your appointment is already 4 months gone before that is, if the appointment you have, the day you have that appointment, your nationality is already at more than 4 months. Which time will you have to go and prepare another birth certificate? Mind you, this birth certificate needs to go to Spanish Embassy in Nigeria. So please don't make that mistake. I hope I explain it clearly, because for some time I'm trying to do this video, but I don't have that time because I have baby in my hand. So that's why to come online to pass any information is very difficult. As you can see, I have to, as I'm doing this video, in once I'm watching her so that I can able to do. So please don't make that mistake. Oya, come. Don't make that mistake as I was saying. So that is the mistake you don't need to make. Make sure that when you are doing your birth certificate, let your mother's surname appear on it. And I believe this video will help somebody out there. Then also, if time permit me, for those that want to apply for EU, if you want to apply for EU, you know, normally if your child give you document in Spain, if your child have citizenship and you get your document through your child, before they normally give 1 year residence, but for some time now they have changed it. It's now 5 years. Mind you, that 5 years is just like 1 year. That is what some people don't understand. Some people will just take it, I don't get 5 years. My dear, somebody that have normal 5 years, which they write permanente or larga duración, that person 5 years is stronger than yours. Do you know why? That person have 1 year before. After 1 year, she renewed, they give the person 2 years. After 2 years, she renewed, they give her another 2 years again. Then after 2 years again, she renewed, they give her 5 years. So that 5 years, as in, he have passed through those process. So that 5 years have more value than your own that have 5 years that children give. What am I saying? If you have larga duración, you can put EU for your document. But if your child give you true nationality, they give you 5 years straight. If you check your resident, they will write it at the back. Temporal. Inicia. So meaning you have to build it. It's just like 1 year. It's the law that hold 1 year, that abide to 1 year, that also abide to that 5 years, even though it's 5 years. So if you have that 5 years, you cannot apply for EU. If you like, you say it's a lie, 5 years like 5 years, I will prove you wrong. You cannot apply for EU. If you doubt it, go to the extranjería office. Go and meet them that you want to apply for EU. They will tell you, they will collect the resident, they will tell you this resident was given to you because your child have citizenship. You have nationality, you have a Spanish child. So they give you this resident, but at the back, what they wrote there is temporal. Temporal is the same thing they are writing for 1 year resident. And I'm talking about those that got their document through Arrival, not those that got their document through information or those kind of things, through school or those. No, I'm not talking about all those people. So they will put it in the back, temporal. So that temporal, build it. You cannot put EU on it. So when you build it, after 5 years, that 5 years expired, you apply for renew. Is when you apply for renew, when the document is coming out, they will not give you larga duración. So in that larga duración, you cannot apply for your EU. Or you have to wait. Or as you want to renew, you can present your working contract as you are putting it in renew, so that when it's coming out, it will come out with larga duración and EU. So if you have that 5 years, my dear, you cannot put EU in anywhere in Spain. Because why? It's just temporal. So don't think I have 5 years, build it. The only advice I have for people, if you are a man, especially you are a man, you have that 5 years. Don't think you have arrived. Then we just carry your bag because everybody say they are making it outside Spain. You will just carry your bag and go. My dear, when you want to renew, time will tell, because they give you that document so that you can work. If you are a woman, you have children, you are taking care of children, or you give birth, later you work a little bit, they will understand and renew it for you. But as a man, you didn't work. You think you have 5 years, you have the same right with those that have larga duración. It's not the same right, because if you have larga duración, you don't have any issue to renew. There is no law that says you must be working before you can renew. No, because that's why it's called larga duración. Why? You have passed the process of 1 year to renew, to give you 2 years. After 2 years, another 2 years again. Then before they now give you 5 years. So you are no longer in that law that say you must. If you are not working, they cannot renew it. They will renew it for you. So sometimes, please, anything we are doing, especially we in Nigeria, let's get the right information. Don't say my friend have 5 years. the 5 years, the law, my friend don't need a working contract to renew it. Me too, I don't need. No, everybody can have 5 years. Depends on how you get your 5 years. Don't worry, I'm coming. Do you understand? Depends on how you get your 5 years. So please, I believe this video will help 1 or 2 people. Share it with others. If you don't understand anything and you want to ask question, my dear, write it on my comment section. I will reply your question. Don't make that mistake, please. Make sure you indicate it well. Your mother's surname, your father's surname, and raise your birth certificate well, so that you will not lose your nationality because the time of Urameto is 6 months. There may be the time you cannot have time to provide another birth certificate. Don't make that mistake. So for those that want to apply for EU, wait, when you have larga duration, you can apply for EU. So thank you guys. I will leave you here for now because I have to attend to this Princessita Wapetona that is disturbing me. If you love this video, you like the information, share it to everyone. And for those waiting for the new law to apply for document, stay tuned and pray that the parliament approve the law. See you guys on my next video. Sorry for the hurry. Don't mind me guys, it's my way. Bye bye.